Apparently I'm not trusted with computers and all I get is adverts. Does look nice though. Maybe I will try one soon enough. Oh yeah. I don't think I'm gonna get any of them anytime soon. Oh well. What time is it? Midday. Yep. I should probably get on and do something. I've had a very, very relaxing day and a night, and it is now the next day, and oh, there's more spiders. What a beautiful day. And what a beautiful time to get started. I'm sure Strider has got a mission for me. I was gonna say this morning, but not sure. Maybe he waits until I actually show some sign of movement. But I actually have no idea. Anyway, I've got a gun. And it seems like I've got some spiders to deal with. Depressurize. Good. Hello, spiders. Hello. Can you stop being annoying? Thank you. Oh, let's see. Has Strider got a mission for me? This, I guess, afternoon would be the most correct statement to this, and I'm sure he does. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to hop into his seat and see if he, because this has got a good antenna. Should be able to pick up a good signal of him. Yeah, let's have a look-see.
Well now, look at that beast. You've gone and built yourself a real bruiser of a rover. That chassis could probably survive a meteor impact. Don't try that, by the way. Your next task is to build a modular cargo system onto the chassis. I don't mean slapping a few containers on the roof like you're going camping. This needs to be engineered, braced, reinforced, ready for dust, weight, and the occasional spider trying to hitch a ride. I recommend a detachable cargo pod system. That way you can swap modules depending on the task. Containers for ore, and, well, whatever you'll need to haul in the future. Don't forget you'll be driving on sand, low traction and unpredictable dips. You'll need wide wheel spacings, smart weight distribution, and redundancy in your frame. Think durability. Sand, weight, slopes. It all adds up. Maybe consider some internal bracing to keep the frame from flexing under stress. Oh, and if it starts tipping under load, that's not gravity's fault. That's yours. Build smart, build scalable. Strider out.
Well, that was quite a simple mission. I'm sure he's uploaded something to my datapad. Yep, 7. Design and install a modular cargo pod for integrated hauler bed, prioritized storage for bulk, ores and raw materials. Maintain a low center of mass and structural symmetry. Ensure the rover can handle full loaded weight on inclines and sand. Okay. So we need to build some kind of attachable trailer type thing that can go on the back of here. Interesting actually. I hear a spider, I swear. I've got two sort of mindsets, I guess, about that. One is if I want it to be a low center of mass, I really want it to be pretty much sit here and only really go up like halfway. Keep it low. The other idea is I, go right to the roof for that. That's an interesting one. Okay. How many steel plates? Only 10. Okay. That's not that many. How are we doing on... we got lots of stuff. Let's just get everything chucked into here. We've got 19... Yeah, 19,009, that's plenty. So let's get... about 200? Yeah, 200 steel plates built. Yeah, that looks about right. I guess what I could do is actually just drive it up next to it. That would then give a fairly good idea of how... Get this pressurized. How big it actually is compared to the rover. So if I drive it forward like this, and if I just keep the wheels over on this side, I should be able to climb that. Yep. There we go. Oof. That was a bit heavy. I'm gonna chop all of that off. That's how long this whole thing's gonna be. It's gonna be that. Okay. So from there, I'm gonna do this. And then this. Bit more steel. So that would be the biggest of a maximum size that thing would be able to be. Okay. Okay. For the first module, I probably shouldn't make it too heavy, right? As a first test. So what I should probably do is let's go with the... Let's get rid of all of the stuff on this page. Page number 5. So we're going to get cargo and we're going to get some collectors. Right? So the collectors are going to go like that. And then it's going to be like that, like that, like that. And then we're going to have another collector there. And then we're also going to have one. We run it across the full back. Right, so like that, like that, like that. And then we will just copy this pattern across the front and basically just checkerboard it. That way all of the connections stay together. Okay. So that is the idea I have in mind for that initial bit. From there, it would be a case of getting the rest built. Okay. Get this one built.
Your health is low.
He bit me, but it allowed me enough time for me to get my ammo, so I would say it's worthwhile the little bite he gave me. And by little I mean he nearly murdered me in one bite. Ah, delicious. Oh, hello. Do. It's good. It's fun. I like how they keep me on my toes. Never change, spiders. Never change. Yeah, I'm not gonna question it whilst why there's a spider trying to attack all my stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. I think I've lived here too long. I have been here way too long at this point. See how many or how much we've got to start this off, then, shall we?
Energy.
Wow, that made it far. Cool. Okay, spider. You are very loud and annoying. Oh, you broke a wheel. God damn it. Alright, so we have got the basic infrastructure now built in terms of where the actual cargo is going to sit in each of these containers, as well as in the actual collectors themselves. Well, this will be basically the box which stores all the resources, and when the rocks fall in, they'll roll into one of these collectors and get collected and dumped in. So, you know, nice and efficient way of doing things like that. So I need to finish off the bits here. So I need to get this last connector built, and that's going to be how I do my dumping, because obviously I can chuck resources out of there. So let's just do that. like that. Which should work nicely. Cool, cool, cool. So then the next thing I want to do is get the pistons on, basically. So these pistons are what are going to allow this whole thing to work, in a sense of be able to sit on the ground and then get picked up by this vehicle. Okay. So I'm going to come up with a bit of a solution to try and get this thing, an idea which might work, and I'll come back in just a second. Alright, so I've made a little bit of progress. I've actually completely rotated it around, pushed the from it being attached in the middle to being attached down here. Okay, so if I tilt it at this angle, one, I've got a little thing. You'll see here the wheel arches go up with the actual cargo module, and on this side they stay with the base of the cargo module. I can't decide which way I actually like more. I think this way is cool, but they both have their I guess advantages and disadvantages. The advantage of this side is it'll always be perfectly spaced for the wheels, and I'll add anything here and nothing's going to get hit. The disadvantage is when you change the angle of this, as you can see, this cargo module dips below this part, and then when it raises up it goes above it, which means I can't really add any blocks to the side of this easily. I can add some angle, but it still goes below that point. That makes it difficult to sort of build in that way. I could rip out this entire section, possibly. We'll have to have a look. And on this side, obviously it lifts up. The advantage with that is anything I build on the module itself will always be on the module, so there's no having blocks trying to cross each other. The negative is anything I design in this section will then hit on this wheel, because the pivot angle is just in front of that, which means it'll hit. So, benefits and negatives, I guess. I don't know which way I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to have a little thinky about it, and as you can probably see, it has been, a night and a day. I actually slept a lot of last night. I was tired, so I slept. And then in the morning I've been cracking on with it a bit more. I think this is probably going to be like a 3 or 4 day endeavour, because I haven't even started welding any of this yet. But yeah, the shape and design of it is really starting to take shape, I think. I think it, as a whole, it looks quite cool. When this whole thing is down... Oh, actually, that's another thing I did, I had to do. So, I've had to lower the merge blocks just so it sits at a better height. And as you can see, when it's down, it all lines up nicely. We'll have a place for a passage to be able to get in. And obviously I can still probably fit my crane in. I actually don't know if I'm going to put a crane in there. You know what, let's get some oxygen real quick. Here we go. But yeah, I'm happy with it. It obviously just takes time, because that's just how it works. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I will design a better system than this. It'll actually have like a ramp which folds up. It's not just going to sit low like that. We need to fit a couple more batteries in, so I could actually possibly fit batteries in that section, or I could put a couple of engines on that side and some hydrogen tanks and use it as like a fuel source. That's an option. But yeah, overall, not bad. I just need to come up with the rest of the design. So, give me a little bit more time and I'll come back again. And yeah, once I've got one design, I think I'll work on I think I'm going to go with this design. I think it's better. So I'm going to design the top of it to make it fit. Redesign this side. Once I'm happy, I'll come back. We'll weld it all up. And yeah, we should be pretty well off. Hello, Spider. I see you. But yeah, right. See you in a minute. Okay, so some progress has been made. As you can now see, the rover of a trailer. What would I call it? A trailer-ish? I guess cargo module is now off of the truck again. And that means I can now inspect all of the bottom. It is quite good. And yeah, I need to now work out what is the next stages for this. So I was having a think, right? And with this rubbing so much, would it not be better to put it further back? Right? So like if I look on this trailer point, I have another 3 blocks, 4 or 5 blocks I can put this down from here. So 1, 2, 3. I need some more steel plates, of course. Four, 5. So I could put it back another couple of blocks. Can I? Because the further I put it back, the less it's going to rub on any of these boxes. Or any of these blocks, right? So I'm trying to think, can I get it to here? That would be like the ideal location in all honesty. So like that and like that. Okay. Now what's the chances I can put one of these on there? I can. Okay. What? Yeah, let's change the height of this to 1. That's a bit better for me. And this is how this thing's going to actually get mounted up as well. I did consider trying to build like an arm, like the hook system where it sort of like leans over, grabs it, and then pulls it onto itself. I might do that, but I don't know. It takes up a lot of space underneath. Which, in all honesty, I do have a decent amount of space underneath now, so I could have probably done it. But this design's also cool, so yeah, who knows? Who cares? Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm gonna have to somehow get up there to be able to place 2 hinge parts there and there. There and there. Let's see, have I got everything I need? Oh, look at that. Professional. Good. And it will be good. Perfect. So let's attach that. So let's attach this. And let's attach that. Attach that. And attach that. Because now that can go. That can go. This can go. And this can go. Which then would also allow me to build this one. Nice and easy. Good, good, good. Let's turn one of you off. And then let's have a look, see. Right, so let's set that to 0 point, and let's set this to be 0 point as well. Okay, so it still rubs on that piece just there. Which is actually fine because I will be doing that and that. That and that. And just like that, it's now no longer rubbing. Cool. Okay. Good. So then I guess now I can place blocks like that. And there's not gonna rub, I think. Yep, no rubbage. Spider? Spider where? Spider why? Spider there. Ammo. Ammo is needed. Hi. Hi. Ooh. Oh. Spiders are doing magical things. Oh, there's a massive spider fight. Who wins? Who wins this? I think you win this. Nah, I win this. It was never a challenge. I always win. Good, good. Can we get this out the way, please? There we go. Good. What? It's good on charger. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll see how charge the batteries, but yeah. Yeah, that'll be fine. Right. So back to this bit. So that's gonna work. Which means I can place blocks anywhere along this bit that I want. Which is quite nice. I still don't actually 100% know how I want this thing to definitely look. Like, I could go with more of a design of... you know, place a couple of reinforcement points. Not those. These. So like every there, there, etc. And then from here I can place some... oh, need more steel plates. Ooh, iron. Let's get some more iron smelting, please. Yeah, I like that. And then from there you can just place the blocks like this, so like that kind of like line. which I think is similar to what I've got over here, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, let's see if I can get that line like that to correspond to that. That would actually make sense. So it's one block up from the angle. Are we... yeah. That block, one block up, so then it goes to one of them blocks. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I can make that work. Right, I have the design worked out. Now it's just going to be a case of getting all of it built. Which, in all honesty, I don't think should be too bad. Ooh. It's close, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit too close. Let's go with that block instead, I think. Okay. Designs. Let's see how far we get before it gets nighttime again. And like I said, this is probably going to be a multi-day project, which is fine. I like the challenge. I like the challenge indeed.
Something's wrong, I feel it circling like vultures around my brain. Couldn't see the danger in your eyes. Draw me in, got me spinning now like water to a drain. You were perfect till I realized you hadn't shown your face. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along. A siren serenade, you're ringing out your praise. Your lungs are wrecking, you know it's wrong. I was deaf to the ringing bells, wanting me to break, deafened by the sirens' soothing lies. I can't leave, I am in too deep, been sinking for a while, prisoner to the same thing I despise, devoted to a fake. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along. A siren serenade, you're ringing out your praise. Your lungs are wrecking, you know it's wrong.
Alright, so I have made some more progress. As you can see, it is another day. Another day. And we're slowly getting to the point of completion, right? So as you can see, this is the look. It's not too bad. You can sort of see along where my welder sort of is. That line continues all the way across. So that's kind of what I wanted. The other side is still not actually complete. As you can see, I still need to finish that bit off. And still need to finish off the back, but I've sort of worked out how that's going to run. We just need to add some blocks underneath it. I think you saw that I moved everything back. Yeah. But it can tip like that. As you can see, the module sit on. I've sort of made ribbing which sort of, yeah, chooses where it should and shouldn't sit. Hello, spider. You know what? You're gonna Oh, hello. You're gonna burn. You can burn. No. Burn. Burn. Yep. You did. I can burn these boys. Come on. Out of the ground. Die. There you are. Good. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I've also added some mud to the back just so it kind of looks like it's full. I think that's kind of cool looking. Obviously all of the cargo sits inside. All the bottom has been done and painted, which again is also cool. All we've got to do now is close this up. Like that. And you can see it sits nice and flush. We've got the pistons out here on each side, which again can make it lift up and all that. The last couple of bits I need to work out are how I get the truck and the body to sort of sit together without connecting. That's going to be the hardest bit, and I think I'm going to redesign this wheel arch on here a little bit just to make it look similar to that, where I can add the blocks along the edge. But all in all, it's starting to come together. It's quite. It's not. I think it's actually quite obvious that it obviously goes together. I'm actually really happy with it. Yeah, I quite like it. Yeah, I think it's cool. It's definitely cool. I also just need to properly design this bottom bit so when I make the side when this thing is in its final state, we're obviously going to have a ramp here, but we're also going to have this open up outwards just so I can actually get up, because at the moment I can't, but I just wanted to apply some blocks just to show the sort of look at it. Yeah, overall thoughts, not bad. I'm going to get the last couple things built, finalised, and let's see how far through this day we get. But I think today we are going to get it done, which, yeah, I'm happy with. Right, let's crack on. Alright, so time for a little progress report. As you can see by the time of day, it has been... I forgot to... That's fun. It has been a long time, as in... yeah, I can't actually remember where the sun was before, but it's now about to set again, so this is the third day. I built some stuff. So first of all, I have a button here, which basically makes a ramp deploy and undeploy. I haven't done anything here yet. I have left this bit open, purely because that's just the way I want it to be. It's the easiest, basically. Do, like that. Hello, spider. Oh, you look stuck. Let me help you with that. Here, let me help you with that. You appeared to be dying. Oh, you appear to have died. What a shame. Anyone else? Any of the spiders? No? All gone? Dead? That one's definitely dead. Alright, good. Yes, Welder is very good at killing spiders. I like it very much. And then we have the trailer. So I've called it the Ore 1, mainly because it's to carry bulk materials and ore and stuff. So, you know, being the first generation of it, I might as well call it number 1. A couple of things that I would change. I would knock out an entire section of the cargo, like boxes and all that, to shift it all back, but I would also move all the cargo by a block backwards. That way it gives a little bit more space here, so I can actually do something, and it doesn't stick out quite as far here. Overall, it's not too bad, as in it works, but as for longevity and stuff, I wouldn't probably do it. I've added a trailer hitch to the back, so we'll be able to basically tow something if we want. Not saying that I will, but it's useful to have. And then the other thing I realised is I will need to trigger both the top and the bottom modules to detach the boxes, because even when they're like white, like when I swear you used to be able to just turn off the top merge blocks and leave the bottom ones on it, it would detach, but apparently that doesn't work if you've got lots of them. So yeah, fun. But overall, I got a couple of buttons here. The first one deploys the arms, like so. And then we can detach it like that. Which I will set up another button panel for, but I just haven't yet. And then I can deploy it up like that. Nice and easy. I then can get into the seat, drive forward, probably actually press the button to fold that up, good. And then can drive away. And yep, it works as it should. And then when I want to come and go to attach to it, all I gotta do is reverse up to it. Good enough. Press the button. Lower it down. Also want to turn that one on. There we go. It connects. And then I can press number 2 to fold everything away. I can press that button to fold that in. I can then close the door. And abracadabra, we now have a big cargo module. Woo! Yes! And to be honest, it adds a good amount of weight, just naturally like that, which is kind of fun. Makes this thing really fun to drive. And obviously, the suspension all works on it. Like if I was to drive into here, you'll see it's actually really stiff. But there you go. Okay. But yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with this truck. I think it looks great. It's fast. I don't think I'll keep the blue wheels. Don't think I need to. But for a truck with a cargo module, it's pretty good. It can turn. Yeah, it's not bad. There is some iterations which I want to do. There's things that are not perfect. But, you know, that's just generally in life, isn't it? But yeah, I think it's time for me to have a bit of an early night, go to bed, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another exciting day on the job. Yes. Very nice. Oop. Very nice indeed. Oh. Cool.